Hey, welcome back again. We're going to take a couple minutes. We're going to actually make some window symbols. Now, in AutoCAD, in all architecture, in technical drawing, we don't actually draw a window the way it looks a lot of time. A lot of time we use a simplified symbol. Now, if you want to get really into it, you'll actually draw in the casement and the frame and everything involved in the window, like right down to the thickness of the panes and the sliding tray and stuff at the bottom. If it's a horizontal slider or vertical slider or whatever, what have you. But for us, we're going to stick to a relatively simple symbol. Now, first off, remember all of our layers we made? I haven't made a window layer. If you look right here, and I'm going to remind us how to make a layer real quick. So I'm just going to go to my layer properties right here, click on new right there, and go 1-windows. What I'm doing, and I make my windows a different color. In fact, I use color number 4, which is cyan, and I use a normal object line to do this. So I put in my windows just like this. Now I've cut all my window openings, but I haven't actually made a window in this. So I'm going to zoom in. We'll pick this one right here. Now this is a 3.0, I think 5.0 window. Let me double check on our sketch. Pardon me, it's a 3.0, 4.0 window. So it's 3 feet wide, 4 feet tall, and it's a vertical slider because it's taller than it is wide. Okay, so I'm going to go in here, and that means the bottom half of the window opens up 2 feet wide by about a foot, and well, actually 3 feet wide by 2 feet tall. When you slide it up, it meets secondary egress requirements. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure my layer right here is set to window, and I'm going to draw a simple rectangle. Now, I do it this way for AutoCAD for beginners because it's the easiest way to do it. So I simply draw in that symbol right there. That represents my window. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the dual text command, the multiple lines, well, just 2 lines. And I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to start typing. So I'm going to type in 3, and then I'm going to put a space, and then I'm going to put a, 4, space. Okay, now see how big my text is right here? It's kind of tiny. I need to check my text style. So I never set a text style, and it defaulted to regular, which is absolutely infinitesimally small. So I'm just going to update it. And in this case, I'm going to make the text about 4 inches tall because when I do the math, when I put this out at a 1/4 inch to a foot scale, that'll bring me really close to 1/8 of an inch. Actually, if I went 6 inches, it'd put me right at 1/8 of an inch. So let's go 6 inches. And I don't like the Arial font, which it defaulted to. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to find a different font. Now, I actually like, when you get down here, there is City Blueprint and there's Country Blueprint. And I actually like the Country Blueprint a little better. Let's see if I can find the Country Blueprint. COUNTRY. Come on, scroll. Why am I blind today? There it is. I'm just blind. All right, so I'm going to set that to current, and I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to go close. Now, if I highlight those guys right there, boom, and I go MO for modify, it's going to pull up my modify window. I can set the height of it. Right now, the height is set at that, 3/16 of an inch. I want that to be 6 inches tall. Ow. All right, so that's much better. Now, I said it's a 3.0, 4.0 window. So I'm going to hit my escape key once or twice. I'm actually going to copy this text right here. And I'm going to drag it over like this. And I'm going to go double click on it. And I'm going to type 0, space, 0, enter. Now, all I did is I changed it. But here's the deal. I need to go into my modify tool right here, which is my properties again, and change this height to be something smaller. I'm going to go with half the height at 3. Now, here's why I spaced it so many times. If I move this up, and I place it where it's supposed to be, and I'm just eyeballing this, there's a 3.0, 4.0 window notation. So I'm going to move this right here so it lines up about with the center of the window. And that's all I do to annotate my windows and put my symbol in. Now, these are called builder's dimensions on the symbol. On a residential floor plan, that's fine. On a commercial floor plan, you would absolutely go in and put in a symbol, and we'll talk about that when we get to the commercial ends in our class. And then you'd have to build what we call a window and door schedule, or a window schedule just for windows and a door schedule just for doors, which tells which symbol aligns with which door. And so they just have one sheet, the tabulated sheet that shows you all that. So that's all it really takes. Now, horizontal windows, we sometimes do a little different. So I'm actually going to go like this. I'm going to make the rectangle just like I did before. And I'm going to draw a line across it just like I did before. then I'm going to draw a line through the middle of it. That's the slider. Now, if I want to keep it real simple, I'm just going to trim out like this, and that means this part of it right here slides over, and it shows as a sliding window. And I can literally go over here and go copy this text, slide it over here, just eyeball the placement, and then I can just have to go like this and change the text a little bit. That'll become a 3020 window is what that one was. So if I just go like that, that's all it takes. And I can just copy those around as I need them. That's the easiest way to do it. Now, if I want to be really obnoxious, I can turn these into a block. Now, blocks are tricky because if you update the block, it updates all of the blocks. Okay, all of the stuff that is that same block copied, it will update them all. Okay, so we don't really use that in this portion. We use it in other portions, but some people do go in and make blocks of all their different windows, and then they can drop them in and have it just insert. And if they have to change it ever or update the symbol to be more detailed, you update the one, it updates all of them. Okay, so I'm just going to leave this here for what it is right now. Now I'll go back through in my plans and I'll draw in all the rest of the windows same way. I'll draw this in because it's the exact same as this. Put it right there. These down here, this one's, I believe, the same window as this one, so I could actually copy it and rotate it and put it right there. These down here, I've got a front window here that's a 6050, I think. Yeah, it's a big picture window. And this is a 5040 window, okay? And both of these would be horizontal sliding windows, unless they're picture windows, which is just a pane of glass. So it's horizontal slider, vertical, single, double, okay? So I just drop those in as we go. Now, that's it. We'll come back and do doors in just a minute. Thank you.